We've got a lot of requests for drills and techniques at full speed. So this particular takedown is at full speed. So this would be CQB, interior combat movement, where we enter a room. We recognize that somebody is unarmed, so we cannot shoot them, but we need to go hands-on. So this is a way to utilize your environment, i.e. pin up against a wall, a piece of furniture, whatever it might be, but it's going to be a little bit more dynamic than a slow walkthrough, talk-through.
The fuck do you want?
All right,
What are you doing here?
so we make entry into a room. As we assess the scenario, we realize that there's somebody that needs our attention. A systematic way to make an assessment as we're doing this on the move is the hands. I first want to read the hands. As we read the hands, we identify if there's anything in the hands, i.e. a knife or a gun. From there, I want to make eye contact with the guy. So hands, then the eyes. The reason for the eye contact is we are animals at the end of the day, and we can tell a lot by one's intentions by making eye contact. Not going to spend a lot of time there. From there, quick glance, the environment in and around him, and then back on the hands. So a systematic way to make a quick assessment on what you're dealing with. Hands, eyes, environment, hands. Now we've made the assessment, it's time to go hands-on with this guy. Reading the environment, I see that there's a wall off to the right. I'm going to start channeling my movement to encourage we can get him towards the wall. Why that is important for us is the sooner we can get hands-on, the sooner we can get this guy to the ground. If we go straight up the middle with this guy, we are giving him multiple outlets, left or right. So then we end up chasing somebody that we didn't have to. So this is what I refer to as funneling the environment. As we start to funnel the environment, we're funneling them into an area that we could use to our benefit. Could be a piece of furniture. In this case, it's a wall. So as we close the distance, make that assessment. If the firearm is not on safe already, I'm going to make the gun safe with the communication to myself in terms of I'm going hands-on with this guy. So breath of courage, I'm going hands-on with this guy. I'm going to lower the gun as we get into contact with him. So in contact range, I really want to be forceful with this guy. I want to encourage his hands come up. When his hands are up, that means he's not fighting for a tool, a gun, or something that I haven't seen yet. So as I forcefully make contact with him, what I'm doing essentially is using the environment to minimize his mobility, and then automatically what I'm trying to do is capture a firearm bicep and digging in for what's referred to as an underhook. So with this position, I'm thinking about pulling down on the underhook. That way he has less chance of grabbing my head and put me in a headlock. As we pull down, the opposite hand, we're also going to control the far bicep. And the big component here is optimally, I would like my lead leg in between his, and this is going to minimize his lateral movement. Once we get into this position, we have a Kevlar on, use it. So we can headbutt, soften him up a little bit. Optimally, when it comes time to take him down, think of it like a push and a pull. So we're going to push the arm up as we pull the opposite. This is going to get him loaded onto this left leg, which means the majority of his weight is on this left leg. By pulling on the tricep, just allowing the long gun to do whatever it's going to do. Don't worry about it too much. Now we have two hands on him. As we lift with the underhook, pull with the overhook, now his weight is loaded on that left leg. With our pinning leg, we're going to hook the heel and then pull it away from him. So essentially we're using our upper body to push into him, and then we hook that leg and we're going to pull towards the center of the room as we hook our body out. All together, we make contact, hook, we can pull and follow him down. Optimally, trying to clear these legs, but at least we're in the top position here. We have bicep control and we can manage the gun in a second, but first is to get this guy on the ground and minimize his limit his mobility.